Have you ever wanted to just cuddle up with some cute puppies or kittens for an hour? Or maybe you have some extra space in your home for a pet that keeps on getting overlooked on the adoption floor. Well, we have some absolutely amazing programs to help with those pets and to help you out as well. That and so much more right here on Pets on Parade. Good morning and welcome to Pets on Parade, brought to you by 3TV. I'm Kelsey Dickerson with the Arizona Humane Society. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. And today, like every other week, we have some absolutely amazing pets who are looking for their forever homes, including Sterling right here, who was gracious enough to bring his foster hero along with him today. Janine will introduce you to this handsome kitty in just a bit. And brought to the shelter at just a little over a pound while still nursing with their mama back in November, these adorable pups are now 10 weeks old. Can you guess how much they weigh? All right, let's make it a little bit more fair on the audience, Perry. They can guess between A, 25 pounds, B, 30 pounds, or C, 35 pounds, all of which are absolutely insane to be saying at 10 weeks old. But drum roll, please. How much do these little guys weigh?
I think we're missing a zero. I think it's 250, 300, and 350 pounds. It is actually 30 pounds, but boy, I'll tell you what, these guys, I think they're more than 30. They are huge. I have the male here, Duncan, and Denise has the female, Ginger. And you look at the size of these paws on these dudes right here. Really, really cute. They were born in the shelter, as you saw there, in our maternity suites. That's not M-A-T, that's M-U-T-T suites. Mom had 8 in that litter. Can you imagine that? 8 of these little guys. And they are extremely sweet. They're big Mastiff mixes, we believe. They were treated for a little bit of kennel cough in the shelter. They're all over that now and ready to be adopted. You know, we are in desperate need of adopters right now. Here you go, folks. These guys are sweet. We've got over 150 animals available for adoption right now. And because of that, through Sunday, so you have all of today, all of tomorrow, 50% all adoptions, kittens, adult cats, puppies, adult dogs, any kind of critter you can get at the Humane Society. So please come on down. We need adopters desperately to free up some space to even treat more animals. If you have any questions and you want to see what we have for available, go to our website, azhumane.org/adopt.
Oh my goodness, you guys are absolutely getting your arm workouts today, I think. You know what, sometimes we have Mastiffs in and they're not quite Mastiffs. These little girls and boys are Mastiffs. Thank you so much, Perry, for that information. And now we have this very gracious kitty who is willing to share the spotlight with you today, Janine. And you were nice enough to share your home with him as his foster hero. Who is best to tell us about handsome Sterling other than yourself?
Sterling, oh my goodness. I have had hundreds of fosters and he has been one of my most favorite. He's this gorgeous Russian blue 2-year-old and his plush fur and his golden eyes. I mean, get your camera out because you will be putting his photos on your wall. He is just gorgeous. He was brought in with our cruelty investigators because he was left abandoned with another cat in a hotel, extended stay hotel. So once he got a kitty cold at the shelter. So that's why I took him. And he's all healthy, ready to go. He just recently got neutered. That's a good thing. And he likes to play with my adult cat, my 2 little dogs. He doesn't faze him at all. He is perfect. But you know, you hear about zoomies. This cat will go 100 miles an hour from room to room. I mean, one time he actually like flew up the wall and came back down, and he is hilarious. He will give you hours and hours of entertainment. And he's super sweet and snuggly. He will roll around and give you his belly and just snuggle into your neck, and he puts his little love markings on you, and he claims you as his own. And he is just a perfect cat. I mean, this studio makes him a teeny bit nervous, but oh my gosh, you should just see him in action. He's fun and loving. He's perfect. So, I mean, someone definitely, if you're interested, you better run down the shelter because he will go in a heartbeat. And it's been kind of a little bit stressful for me because I just loved him myself. But I mean, look at this guy. He's about 11 pounds, just fabulous. Perfect cat. I think a Russian blue, maybe.
He is absolutely handsome, and the love is just pouring through, and you can definitely tell. Thank you so much, Janine, for that, and thank you, Sterling. And we are now offering $20 spay-neuter surgeries for pet owners in select zip codes during the month of February for Spay-Neuter Awareness Month. This special offer is made possible by the Arizona Humane Society's Circle of Friends, a special group of donors who give towards AHS's spay-neuter initiatives and help pet owners get the services they need. Pet owners living in select zip codes can visit azhumane.org/spay to schedule their $20 surgery. But don't wait, appointments will definitely fill up fast. And those are the zip codes right there on your screen. And we have absolutely some amazing dedicated groups and donors at AHS, and the Circle of Friends is certainly one of them. Lisa, please tell us about their amazing impact for homeless pets, like this cutie here who, you guys, this is the adult, not the puppy.
Right, this is Martin, and he is a 5-year-old. We have him as a golden, but I don't know golden what, not a golden retriever, because he's tiny, as you can see. I think he is going to be one of the lower shedding breeds. He is curly, and he almost has the coat of a poodle. He also has these long, thin legs and a long, thin nose and the round eyes. So we are going to call him a doodle of some sort, maybe an itty-bitty golden doodle. But his story is that he was found by a Good Samaritan as a stray. They saw him get hit by a car. So they brought him into the emergency animal clinic, and as we've told you guys, our EAMTs go around to these emergency animal clinics and pick up the injured strays and bring them back to the Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital for treatment. So that was Martin's fate. He was found and held at the emergency animal clinic overnight. He was rushed back to the Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital, x-rayed, checked by our vets. A little bit of a limp, but in the few days it took him to get in line to get neutered, everything is kind of resolved. And he doesn't limp. He is the happiest guy. This little fluffy tail wags all the time. And he is a beneficiary of our Circle of Friends. Kelsey just talked about that. And if you are interested in becoming one of the Circle of Friends members, any donations that you make as a result and you donate towards the Circle of Friends goes straight to the care of animals both in the public and at the shelter for spay-neuter surgeries. And this year our wonderful veterinarians have done over 11,000 surgeries, and the Circle of Friends are almost completely responsible for funding a lot of that. So if spay-neuter is close to your heart, like it is to mine, consider donating to the Circle of Friends. And it's on the screen there, the azhumane.org Circle of Friends will get you some more information on how you can become a part of this group that is so dedicated to spay and neuter.
Oh, absolutely, we love them. And if I didn't know any better, I would think that Martin is a long-lost sibling of my late Miss Summer Sunshine. So I don't know if he's going to be making it back to the shelter. Thank you so much for that, Lisa. And we love our little glow-ups of the sweet babies that come through the shelter, and this cutie is definitely no exception. And Stacy, kitten season is right around the corner, and you definitely have a great reminder of what to do when we find a litter of kittens, right?
For sure. This is Noche. She is so playful and sweet and vocal. She was yelling into my microphone. She had some stuff to add there. But yeah, believe it or not, kitten season is just around the corner. And although I know people are well-meaning and they see kittens and they want to help, just because you see a litter of kittens does not necessarily mean that the kittens have been abandoned. It's best to wait at least 8 hours and see if the mama cat comes back. A lot of times the mama's just looking for food. And so if you wait and you see that they've been alone for 8 hours, then that's the time to step in and help. There's a lot of great tips. You can also find more information at azhumane.org/found kittens, but you definitely don't want to kidnap kittens because they have the best chance of survival if they stay with their mama. But this little one is ready for action, and she likes cuddles, and she has a lot to say. So come on down and meet her.
You know what? She's got a lot to say. She's got places to be. So
Yes, she
thank you so
does.
much for that reminder, Stacy. And we have a very special pup who's been with us for much too long and is in need of an adopter and just a little reprieve from the shelter. We're going to tell you about Miss Tsunami after the break. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now, every week we usually feature a foster who is not quite available for adoption yet and needs some space in a loving home. But this week we have an absolutely beautiful puppy who is in need of a little bit of a reprieve from the shelter. And so to talk about Miss Tsunami here is Melissa Graham and Carrie Hughes. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you, Kelsey, for having us and little Miss Tsunami on. Tsunami is a very special girl. She is one of AHS's longest time residents and has been in the shelter since November. She is a 5-year-old American Pit Bull Terrier who is obsessed with her ball right now. If you can't tell, she's just chasing it everywhere. But she came in through our field department as part of a confiscate case, and she did spend some time in our Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital before going up for adoption. And so we are here today to both ask for either an adoptive home for Miss Tsunami or a foster home who can take part, Kelsey, in our couch surfer program.
Yes, so like you mentioned, you know, Miss Tsunami here has just continued to be overlooked, and she does need some reprieve from the shelter. But for anyone who's not familiar with the Couch Surfer program, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So we are asking you to open up not only your heart and home, but your couch for these little kiddos. This is a program where animals that are getting a little bit too stressed in our shelter, this gives them an outlet to get out and experience what a true home setting would be. And it's just a special opportunity for these kiddos because, Kelsey, being in our facility is pretty nice. We have a wonderful setup with great volunteers and teams that take excellent care of our animals. But after a certain period of time, you know, it's just time to get out into the community and really be able to relax in a quiet home environment.
Of course, yeah, it is so important. And Melissa, you were actually on Pets on Parade last week talking about all that your department does in behavior to be able to help our pets each and every day. But like Carrie mentioned, it is really important when they're here for an extended amount of time to be able to have a little bit of a break from the shelter because it can be really scary and it can be really stressful. Can you talk about what even a temporary stay at a home and out of the shelter can do for adorable pets like Miss Tsunami?
Yes. So temporary stay is really great for dogs, whether it's 3 days to 30 days. It's really helpful for their mental health. It's helpful for them to get a full night's sleep and a nice nap. It's really great for socialization, so they get to meet your friends and your neighbors, and they get to meet the pets in the home and really have a great time. But the really nice thing about foster homes is that we get to learn about the personalities we don't see in the shelter. And that's really important because we get to learn what their favorite toy is, such as Tsunami and her ball, to what their favorite napping position is and where that is, to how they like to go on their walks. So it's very important that we get them out just for a temporary time sometimes.
It is, and we always talk about not judging a book by its cover, and this is especially true too in the kennel setting. Like you mentioned, these pets can act really different in a shelter situation versus being in a foster home. And we've actually seen that with Miss Tsunami as well. We're seeing it right now. Can you talk about how different she can be in a home environment?
Yeah, in the kennel, Miss Tsunami is really stressed out. She's pacing all the time. She's very talkative. So in a home setting, she's actually really quiet. She loves to snuggle and cuddle with her people. She really likes to make friends with everybody, which we don't see in the shelter. She's also really wiggly right out of her kennel. Most of the time, she's just pacing back and forth when she's in there.
Oh my goodness, she's definitely a wiggle butt. Now, if anyone is interested in maybe becoming a couch surfer foster or even adopting a pet like Miss Tsunami from this program, Carrie, what can they do and where can they go?
Absolutely. So we're going to send you to azhumane.org/foster. And our special couch surfer dogs are listed both on the adoption page and on our foster page. And as always, AHS will provide you with all of the supplies that you need to take care of these kiddos. These kiddos don't have any medical needs at this point. They're just healthy dogs that are looking for a safe place to stay.
Oh, I absolutely love it. Well, ladies, thank you both so much for everything that you do. And Miss Tsunami, thank you for being such an electric guest. We are hoping and praying for your forever home soon. Yes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be right back after the break for more adorable pets. Thank you so much for tuning back into Pets on Parade. Now we have a little panther in the studio who is absolutely stunning. Denise, please tell us about Frankie.
Well, this is Frankie, and Frankie is a girl, is 15 weeks old, and she came to the Arizona Humane Society with her sibling. They spent some time in our isolation ward because they had upper respiratory infections, but now they're better and looking for their forever home. Every year, the Arizona Humane Society puts together the cutest calendar of the valley, and it features some of the pets. If you are interested in purchasing the calendar, it's still new. We're still in January. Visit azhumane.org/calendar. All of the proceeds go to helping the pets like Frankie and the other ones you see on the show today. Frankie is such a loving kitten. She headbutts everything, and she is looking for a new cuddle buddy.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. And maybe next year she'll be in next year's calendar. So thank you so much for that, Denise. And thank you, Frankie. And now our viewers today are very lucky because we have not just one great guest segment, but two. And joining me to talk about our second guest segment of the day is Maverick Graham from our Education Outreach Department. Maverick, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I get to hang out with this cute little kitty.
I know. I mean, I guess you just have an all right job. Well, you were supposed to be on Pets on Parade a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, the universe had another plan for that, and I had to fill in for you, so hopefully I did you justice. But in case I didn't, or in case anyone wasn't tuning in that day, can you give us a little bit of an insight about what the Education and Outreach Department does at the Arizona Humane Society?
Absolutely, yeah. So with Education and Outreach, we really just try to reach everybody throughout the valley. So we do different programs on-site and off-site, such as our public information booths, off-site adoption events, our camp programs coming up, as well as our Reading for Fun, scout programs, birthday parties, lots of fun stuff, but then also our cuddle bunches.
Ooh, cuddle bunches. Now, for anyone who's not familiar with a cuddle bunch, you mentioned a whole bunch of absolutely amazing programs, but the cuddle bunch might be one of the cutest. What is a cuddle bunch?
Yes, so essentially a cuddle bunch is an hour to 2 hours of just adorable snuggles with puppies, kittens, bunnies, or adult dogs, depending on what you're looking for. And it's just a great fun time for everybody involved, a way to de-stress a little bit.
Yeah, now you mentioned there's a lot of different things that you can do, so from puppies to kittens, even critters. It's absolutely amazing, but there's a lot of different events and things that you can do for these cuddle bunches, right? Things that you might not even think about normally.
Absolutely, yeah. So with our cuddle bunch, we'll bring it out to your site, and we do a lot of different events, just like you were just saying there. There are some of our most common ones are going to be corporate offices events for, employee awareness days and just appreciation days, where we go in on your lunch break with some puppies or kittens. But we also do things like weddings, bachelorette parties, just about any event that you could want us to come out to. As long as it's an adult-focused event, we don't bring our cuddle bunch out to child-focused events, but we do have awesome programs that will go out for that. But just about any event you could want us at, we would love to bring some adorable little puppies, kittens, bunnies, whatever you want there.
It's absolutely amazing. And not only is this a great way to be able to maybe thank your employees or have an absolutely unforgettable event like at your wedding, but it also helps our pets as well, right?
Yeah, so I think that's one of my favorite parts about doing the cuddle bunches is it's a really awesome opportunity to get these animals out and about, out of the shelter and de-stressing. So when we're bringing puppies and kittens, a lot of times they're at that developmental stage where, you know, they need to socialize a bit and they need to start learning how to be, you know, adult dogs and cats and stuff. And so being able to bring them out a bit, let them get that socialization, as well as we get to learn a lot about them and helps them find their forever homes as well when we get back. So if they're not adopted by someone at the event, we can come bring them back and know a lot more about those guys and be able to help them get into that forever home.
You guys, it is so cute. I actually officiated a wedding a couple years ago where we had a cuddle bunch for the reception. It was absolutely amazing. So for anyone out there who maybe wants to learn more or book a cuddle bunch event, what can they do?
Absolutely. So you can go ahead and go to azhumane.org/cuddlebunch, and on there you'll submit an interest request form that'll get sent to our education and outreach team, and then we'll reach out to you to try to get all the details and hopefully bring a cuddle bunch out to your location.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Definitely make sure to get there before they fill up. Thank you so much, Maverick, for joining us.
Thank you.
Now we have an absolutely adorable pet. Next, as you guys know, I have an affinity for Rotties, and this is a big mama jamma. Come on. All right, no more singing. I'm so sorry. Please tell us about Big Mama, Lisa.
This is Big Mama, and for my Rottweiler lovers out here, she is all Rottie with her little dock tail, and she was found as a stray as well. She was brought into the emergency animal clinic, and our EAMTs went out for her and brought her back to the shelter. What they noticed right away is that she was lactating. Well, we all know that means a couple things. That means either you're pregnant and you're getting ready to have puppies, or you just had puppies. So what they did was x-ray her when she got back to the Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital and determined that the puppies, no longer. No puppies inside. She had her puppies already, so she just needed some time to dry up. But she is sweet, loving, 2-year-old, not fond of cameras apparently, but she's actually warmed up to all of us in the studio really well here, and she has just been sitting on my lap. So if you're looking for a Rottweiler, here is your girl. And if you all are looking for a way to support the Humane Society, maybe you can adopt, or maybe Big Mama's a tad too big for you. We're having a 50-50 raffle right now. It's up to $35,000, and it's you can still purchase tickets through January 31st when the drawing will be there. 50% of the proceeds go to the Humane Society, the other 50% go to you. So who couldn't use a little extra money after the holidays? Go to azhumane/5050 and you can get your tickets there. Maybe skip the lotto this week and take your chances on AHS pets.
Yes, definitely. I think the tickets are even cheaper than a lotto ticket as well. So thank you so much for that, Lisa, and thank you, Big Mama. And we saw these cuties during our guest segment, but don't turn that dial. We're going to introduce you to Ruby and Topaz after the break. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now we have these cuties that we just saw in the previous segment, but who are they, Stacy?
This is Topaz, and then this is Ruby. They're very sweet and playful. As you can see, Topaz had to have an eye enucleation, but that hasn't stopped her at all. She's still playful and jumping around, and Ruby here was licking my hand, so they're, ready to play with you. She's not letting anything stop her with her eyes. She's all recovered from surgery. Come down and meet these two cuties today.
So cute. And our last pup has definitely been waiting very patiently and is looking very adorable, but she's facing the wrong way, Perry.
This little puppy came into our under surrender through field, which means that we had to go out to the place of residence to get her. Over 17 dogs of various breeds in that household. Many of them had to be treated in our Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital for medical issues. Sadie here did not. She's really quite healthy. However, behaviorally, you can see she is extremely shy and needs a lot of care right now, at least emotionally. There's lots of ways to help the animals. We talk about donating, we talk about fostering, we talk about donating money, however you want to do it. But how about playing golf? How's that a way to help the animals? Our annual golf tournament is April 7th. It is at McCormick Ranch Golf Course in Scottsdale. And I understand it's been so popular the last 2 years, we had to have a course that had 2 18-hole courses, and McCormick Ranch does, so we're expecting a lot of people out there. There's going to be adoptable puppies, as you see, a luncheon, auctions, there's going to be hole-in-one tournaments, close to the pin, all those kind of things, your typical golf tournament. Hey, what a great way to raise money for the homeless pets and treat them in our hospitals and all the other great programs we have. So please come out and play some golf April 7th, McCormick Ranch Golf Course in Scottsdale.
It's so much fun. And speaking of fun, Denise, I'm going to let you introduce this pet because I have no idea how to say the name.
I'm going to say it Merlin. He is very cuddly, has not stopped purring, and I think he's going to be a wonderful lap cat. So if you're looking for a lap cat, come on down and meet Merlin.
Oh my goodness, absolutely so cute. And just as a reminder, we have 50% off all dogs now through tomorrow. So please make sure to visit azhumane.org/adopt to be able to help create some much needed dog space. We'll see you right here next week for Pets on Parade.